Welcome to Plausible Foolishness, everybody. I'm your host, Matt. I've got opinions on stuff.
Hey, I'm Ray. I've got opinions on things as well, man. Bro, they're coming at us from all angles today, man.
They
all
are.
angles.
You might be wondering, why aren't there, where's their normal music?
Yeah.
What about the titles and all that?
Yeah, bro.
Stolen from us.
Stolen!
Somebody hacked into our computer.
Hackers!
Stole all that crap from us.
Son of a beasting!
Okay, I'm joking about that. It's just a technical issue.
What?
But they are coming at us from all angles.
Amen, dude. You hear that rain out there, man?
Yeah.
It's coming from
rain.
all angles, man. But you know what the good news is, man?
Bilderbergers.
The Bilderberg!
Weather.
Bilderberg! NWO! We never landed on the moon. Okay, so anyways.
What does wrestling have to do with that?
Alright, guys, welcome to Plausible Foolishness, man. They're coming at us from all angles, but you know what the beautiful thing is? They can do all they want to, but you Patreons keep us in the game. So first of all, thank you for following us everywhere on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The most important place that you can follow us right now, if you're not going to give us that dough, is give us a like, a share, and a subscribe on YouTube. That helps us out tremendously. We and we appreciate all the new fans that are jumping in on our YouTube. We love seeing you guys on there. Love the new subscribes. Love the interaction on Facebook and all the comments and so on and so forth. We really appreciate that, man. That helps it a lot.
Comments on Facebook and YouTube, and
yeah,
that's
man.
Great.
Yep,
we love it.
Now, if you really like us and you really want these technical difficulties to not happen again, you got to hit that Patreon button, baby. You got to go to Patreon. You got to send us some dough and keep us in the game. You know what I mean? If you want more show, you got to send the dough. That's how this works here at Plausible Foolishness, man. Faux show. You want show, send dough, faux show. But anyways, we love you guys, man. Our Patreons are what keep us going, man. They're the ones that have the lights rocking, the microphones rocking, our system before it got hacked rocking. That's what keeps us in this game. And we really appreciate you guys for everything that you're doing. It allows us to do what we got to do, man, because we're two just normal dudes, man. That's the thing about the P-Fools. We're normal Christian dudes. We're not your standard white guys. I mean, he's half Jewish. I'm a brown dude. At the end of the day...
Half.
You are more Jewish than what's her face is Indian though. That's what it is, man.
That is true.
Than Elizabeth Warren. You are more Jew than Elizabeth Warren is Indian. But my point is this: we're just dudes from Florida, man. We love God. We love Jesus. We love our daughters. We love our guns. We love our freedom. Do you have any guns?
I do have a shotgun.
Ooh,
Winchester 20 or 12 gauge.
Yeah, dude, we're just normal cats, man.
I think it was made in the 50s.
What?
Or maybe the 40s.
So it's a Clint Eastwood gun, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
It's John Wayne, bro.
It's pretty sweet.
Dude, we're just normal dudes, and we have opinions on things, and we want to share those opinions because guess what? There is a silent majority, not minority, majority out there that are out there all day long listening to things like this, and no one has the balls to say it. And here's the deal. We're not from L.A. We're not from Washington, D.C. We're not from New York City. We're from the real America with real issues, and that's what we talk about on Plausible Foolishness, man. So appreciate for you guys for all following us and liking us and sharing us and subscribing us. Dude, you ready to go, man?
I'm ready. Let's go.
We're a little intense today. You know why? Because we're getting attacked from all angles.
Oh my gosh.
Every freaking angle.
Okay, so the real thread. It's not really us being attacked.
Yeah.
I mean, we are being attacked. I mean, if you've been watching the show, you know that it's happening. But it's our children that are being attacked.
Cheering, bro.
Cheering. The chillins.
The chillins.
Chillins being attacked.
Crazy.
It's everywhere. What did you want to start with?
Man, I want to start with this. There was a guy from Clemson, and shocker, he's from Clemson, because I happen to be a Notre Dame fan. So when the Fighting Irish stomp a mud hole in the first round of the playoffs at Clemson, I'm going to laugh even harder at this. But there's a Clemson philosopher from New York City, from NYT. He said, maybe we should all kill ourselves, or at least abort all future children to save the planet. So what do you think, man? Do you think we should just go...
The New York Times printed this in their op-ed. The professor's name is Todd May.
Oh, my gosh. This is bad, bro.
The title of the op-ed is super holiday themed.
Here we go.
Would human extinction be a tragedy? That's a question.
Gee, I wonder.
And he says yes, but only because we've done it to ourselves. In terms of the loss to the world, Probably not.
Oh my gosh. This goes back to the narrative. It's the same played out narrative that man is destroying the world and we're destroying all the resources and we'd be so much better if man never was here.
Yeah, and you know what it is? It's capitalism that's doing it.
Oh yeah.
Where
white people.
Well,
you white people?
Definitely white people.
Oh my goodness.
It's capitalism that's doing it.
You Christians.
And like this industrialized world that we're in, that is doing it.
Yeah, man.
How many episodes ago was it when we read that article where like actually when your GDP hits a certain point,
yeah,
reforestation starts happening?
That's weird.
That's weird. It's capitalism that will save the world.
What? Go back and check that out on YouTube. Yeah, man. I mean, here's the thing. It just goes back to the claims of our popular culture. There's so many claims that no one checks. No one challenges these claims. The thing that's funny to me is little things just like that stat. When the GDP goes up, reforestation happens. It's crazy. Like when like we're supposedly the bad guys in America when it comes to destroying our planet. But the funny thing is like we're one of the cleanest nations. We're like one of the cleanest nations on the planet on things. Yeah. The world's supposed to melt. The polar bears are supposed to be extinct according to Al Gore. They're still there, which is crazy. Yeah. And now we've got
they've like doubled their
they've doubled population. The sea isn't rising. Sorry, it's not. We live in Florida.
It might be by like centimeters,
minuscule amounts,
millimeters.
But you got dudes right now saying that the world's going to end in 10 years. That Florida's going to be gone in 10 years. And here's the thing:
and every winter it's this polar vortex.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be cold because of the polar vortex, which is caused by climate change. You've never heard about it except for like in the past 5 years.
Yes.
But it's real, and it's a thing that scientists have been studying for decades. But it's obviously caused by greenhouse gases.
Yeah, and here's the deal. So two thoughts on this. One, it was we were going to have a massive ice age that kills us all.
Mm-hmm.
That turned out
in the 70s.
That turned out to be true.
Yeah.
Then it was heating. Mm-hmm. We were supposed to be dying of that, which that ended up not being true.
And then like okay, well we already did cooling.
We already did heating.
And we did heating. There's not really a third option. What are we going to do?
Oh, I know.
What's that?
Climate change.
That could be anything.
Exactly. It's like a fortune cookie.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a fortune cookie.
Genius! One step closer to ruling the world.
And then we can do a carbon tax and then France panics. Anyways, my point is... Sorry, NWO. But my point is this, like... So now we've created almost a... What are those fortune cookies? A fortune cookie response that's so vague that any decibel change of weather will prove their point now. Allegedly. And the thing that's funny is I put a video up on...
And nobody buys into it.
No.
I mean, well, there's some people who buy into it, and they're just the saddest people on the planet.
Oh, no. There are people that truly think the world's going to end 10 years ago, and they're the same people that thought the world's going to end 10 years ago, and those previous 10 years before that, and the previous 10 years before that. At some point, I'm sorry, media and scientists, aka scientism, at some point, like, the boy's gonna cry wolf. And here's, like, I put a video up the other day, and it got some heat and so on and so forth, and this segues me into something I can talk about real quick. But I put a video out about this, like, big-time banker and stuff like that, and he was talking about, like, where the money goes and stuff like that. And, like, bankers and guys that are in the know when it comes to money usually don't put their money in bad situations. The only time that happens is if, like, Obama's putting money into, like, solar panels or whatever, and then that doesn't work and bankrupts our economy. But, like, most of the time, big-time banking people put their money investments in things that are going to be profitable, not just instantly, but for a long time. And he talked about, and this is obviously not an evidence for the fact that, climate change isn't real, but it's funny that there's more money being invested in Florida now than there ever has been before. I didn't know if you heard about that or not, but they're investing more money in Florida, this supposed landmass that's going to go underwater in the next 10 years, but the money keeps flowing here. It's kind of weird how that happens. And in fact, they're talking about at some point Daytona all the way down to Tampa, there won't be like any country. It will be like almost a connected metropolis at some point in the future, probably when our daughters get older. So it's funny for a peninsula.
So Mega City 1 from
exactly
from Judge Dredd.
Exactly. But it's funny that something that's supposed to be underwater in 20 years is getting more and more and more investment. And at the end of the day, like, some point, rational people just... And it's not even about... I think, who said this the other day was pretty smart. It was Tucker. It's like, it's not about climate denying or climate whatever it is. But, like, at some point, you got to raise your hand and be like, okay, are humans really the problem of the world? And here's the problem. As a Christian, and maybe I'm crazy for saying this, I don't know, I just look at the world differently. Like, I believe in God, and I believe in Jesus, and I believe that this world, this plane, was, like, made for us. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. I believe that this, whatever this is, was made for us. I actually believe that. You know what I mean? We got a comment? What do we got?
Yeah, Dustin.
Big Dustin. What's up, Dustin?
Kill everyone. That's really
plausible. I love it. I love it, man.
Sounds like foolishness to me.
It sounds like a little bit of foolishness, but hey, I feel you, Dustin. But at some point, like, especially as believers, we have to have this concept that the world was actually made for us. To get sucked into the climate, whatever madness that is. Like, look at the very back of the book. What is that? I think Revelation? Is that the book and stuff like that? Yes. Oh, yeah. It'll tell you how this thing's going to go down. And here's the thing, the other thing that blows me away, is the absolute arrogance that we think as humans that we have that much of effect on the world. Let's get real with ourselves. It is arrogant to believe that you can destroy this planet that God made. It's arrogant. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy for thinking that, but collectively as humans, do you really think that you can usurp God's plan of what's going to happen and what's going to go down in this world? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Is that plausible or is that foolish, man?
I think it's foolish. Well, and that I was watching this one guy who was the founder of Greenpeace.
Yeah.
The founder of Greenpeace is now a climate change denier.
Oh, shoot.
So he should probably be thrown in jail with the rest of us.
So, Bill Nye wants us to be in jail.
Yeah.
The comedian that has an engineering degree that's never really done science. Gotcha.
Fool.
What?
He was
Bill Nye, the not science guy.
He was on Crowder.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how the parts per million is like orders of magnitude lower than what the world can like sustain and maintain healthy, be healthy. Like the forests are actually better off because of the carbon that we're putting in there.
Yeah.
And plant life is doing great. And we could do like 3 times as much or more. I'm not even sure. Like I'm not 100% on the specific numbers, but we can do significantly more to the environment in terms of greenhouse gases and be a-okie day.
Yeah, I called bullocks on this whole climate change and too much carbon thing when I just like went back to my biology book. Like it's kind of crazy. Like what do plants need to survive?
Water.
And what?
Sunlight.
And carbon. And don't they like live on carbon dioxide?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, they need carbon dioxide.
Right about that, yeah.
So when they take carbon dioxide on, what do they emit into the world?
It's like
something we breathe.
It's like.
Is it oxygen?
Like, no.
Is it an oxygen?
Like formaldehyde?
No. It's oxygen.
What?
So like, it's like a crazy thing. It's like almost like it's like almost someone like created it or designed it. It's so weird, but like we breathe out carbon, plants take it and they breathe out oxygen, and it's like a symbiotic relationship. It's almost like a venom relationship, if that makes sense. And the funny thing is, the things that we emit all this carbon into the world. So
you're saying it's the plants that are driving us towards evil?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like whatever. But the funny thing is,
stop breathing oxygen.
So all this carbon emission is killing the planet thing is laughable because if we're emitting more carbon, then plants are getting fed more. So there would be more vegetation.
Of course, there's a tipping point. Like if you breathe too much pure oxygen,
sure,
it'll kill you.
Sure.
Or drive you insane or something.
Yeah.
There is obviously a tipping point. Too much carbon dioxide would be bad.
Sure.
But we're not even close to that.
Yeah.
We're not even close to that.
And isn't the population getting bigger and bigger and bigger?
In some areas, not. I mean,
not
the
America.
West. The West is kind of like.
Well, we've neutered ourselves.
The West is kind of losing its steam in the population front.
Yeah.
But even then, we can all fit in the island of Fiji shoulder to shoulder.
Yes.
The entire human race.
Yes.
You know?
I did the math on it the other day, you can fit every human being on the planet with their own home and 1 acre of land in Alaska. You can fit every one of them in Alaska. Think about that. Every human being on the planet. I did I had a rant on that because I got so mad. I was so tired of people being like, "We're running out of resources and we're running out of space." I'm like, okay, you have never left New York City. Like when I hear that clearly comes from people who have only been in large cities. Mm-hmm. Like if you've driven in the United States anywhere west, like if you if anyone's driven across Texas and believes that, you're high as donkey. You know what? It's just bad. You know what I mean? But so here's the thing. Hey, we're on a show, baby. I love you. We have a guest. Sorry. Only on Plausible Foolishness. But you got to think about this. If you're doing the math, just do math on this. Every human being on the planet, check my math on this. 1 acre of land and a house, you can all fit in the land space of Alaska. So what happens to the rest of it? Great question. So to answer this, Clemson jabroni. And jabroni is the only word that I can use for this. Okay. If I was a self-hating, satanic, atheistic, humanistic, well, not even humanistic, person that they want me to be, and do what the Georgia Guidestones tell me, yeah, I would kill myself and kill my kids that just interrupted our show and stuff like that. That's what I would do. But unfortunately, I have a soul, I love Jesus, and I have reverence for God, which is crazy. So, I don't know.
You hateful person.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm just a hateful person for loving life and creating babies and, ones that interrupt my show. But, think about this, man. But, hey, maybe I'm crazy. Am I crazy?
Well, I'd say you're plausible.
Rock and roll. So you gonna go kill yourself and kill your kids later on today?
No, not at all.
Yeah, me neither.
I want to make more kids.
Yeah. You would have like 8 though, don't you?
I wanted to, we had names for 5. Turns out due to medical reasons, we can probably only do 3. So there's 1 more in store.
Dude, get on it, bro.
Well, our
I'm just kidding. I'm
current
kidding.
situation is not conducive to that endeavor at this point.
Rubes, he wants to have another kid. Make sure you donate on Patreon. Give this guy some money. Throw him some dough to keep the show, to make some mo. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make some mo kids, man. Come on, man. But, yeah, dude.
Breed them out. We
gotta breed them out.
We gotta outbreed them.
Yeah, so
raise them right.
And
send them out into the world to destroy this mindset.
Yeah. Well, the mindset isn't just Clemson, apparently. Apparently, it's seeped into my great state of Ohio. I can't even read this line. I'm sorry. Can't do it.
Okay, this is a infuriating story. That's more... infuriating is not even a strong enough word. This is a rage-inducing story. And
we're not talking about the rage that you guys had when Trump won and stuff like that. Like... Not fake rage, because they actually got you to, they programmed you to be mad at the orange man, okay? This is actual moral fabric of life rage. But yeah, keep going, man. Sorry.
So twin infants die after a hospital refuses to save them despite mother's pleas. So
wow.
There's video of this that I haven't watched, and I don't intend to watch it because I don't think I could stand it.
Columbus, Ohio. My stomping ground's great.
Riverside Methodist Hospital.
Wait, there's a Methodist hospital?
Yeah.
That's the moniker of Christ, Methodist.
Mm-hmm.
Methodist.
Yep.
Wow.
Amanda, the mother of premature twin boys, Emery and Elliot, can be heard pleading for her son's lives in this video. In June of 2017, so this happened last year. Amanda was experiencing bleeding when she went to Riverside Methodist Hospital in Columbus, Ohio, at 22 weeks and 2 days gestation. Medical staff informed her that if her babies were born before 22 weeks and 5 days gestation, they would not resuscitate them. 3 days later, at exactly 22 weeks and 5 days gestation, Amanda gave birth to Emery and Elliot, and though the boys moved, breathed, and even cried, the doctors still refused to help them.
Oh my...
I pleaded with nurses and other hospital staff to help try to save my babies, Amanda said in a statement. I was told they would not survive. I asked if they would at minimum assess the babies after they were born to determine possibility of survival. I was informed NICU would not assess the twins and that the babies would probably be stillborn or at best breathe for a moment. Emery was born first. No doctors were present for his birth, and although a neonatal doctor did arrive shortly after, he only wrapped Emery in a blanket and placed him under the heating lamp. You guys are going to save him, right? Says Amanda in the heartbreaking video. Promise me they're going to save him.
Oh my gosh, dude.
From my understanding, let's see.
Here's where
they lived for like hours.
Yeah, here's what amazes me about the world right now, and we've talked about this a lot on Plausible, but this goes back to what we're talking about. They're coming at us from all angles. We talk about
our kids from all angles.
Our kid. They're coming at us everywhere. But here's the thing: y'all rage about stupid things like, no offense, blackface. You're pissed about blackface and some Prada monkey whatever thing people are getting mad about. You're mad about Trump and his insensitivity in his tweets. You rage about the dumbest things on the planet, but the most precious thing in this world is not landing a fake rover in Mars and taking a little crappy picture. It's not, sorry, I had to take a shot.
Knowledge is the greatest gift.
No. It's really not. It's not. The most precious thing in the world is life. Period. Like, beyond God, beyond Christ, beyond the glory that is, he created life and he wants to protect it and he's about it. Like, life is so important. And to get mad about all this other crap that is out there in the world, this is why people rage and lose their minds over life. And this is what blows me away. There are idiots out there that believe that those little kids that we're seeing on the video are clumps of tissue. Yeah, that's the argument they're going to tell you.
Yeah, they're and it doesn't end there. You know, your kids are a commodity to be used for their own purposes. We are just numbers. You know, we're adults now.
Yep. So
we have production value to society. And then that's as far as we're concerned.
Yep.
Human life means absolutely nothing to these people unless it suits their agenda to be outraged about it.
Yep. Like, get mad about something real. And this is like, here's the deal. I'm the Uncle Tom black guy. Everyone hates, the voice of dissent. I'm so, I'm just not black enough for black people and not white enough for white people. But, like, think about this. We get raged about slavery that happened in the past. And I get why people are mad about that. But you see clear evil in front of you. Clear evil. Not taking care of babies, and you do nothing about it. Say nothing about it. You see abortion clinics, and no offense, you drive by Planned Parenthood, say nothing about it whatsoever. Because, the mom couldn't afford the kid, so, kill it. That makes sense.
Didn't want it.
Pure evil. We're pissed about blackface slavery. We're pissed about people illegally coming into our country. We're pissed about that, or we're pissed about the fact that we're not letting people into our country. But in our own places, Columbus, Ohio, where I'm an hour from, my brother lives in that town right now, at a Methodist church, crying babies don't get attended to because of...
A Methodist hospital.
Methodist. That's probably why. No, I'm just kidding. But think about it. 22 because of some arbitrary number that's made up.
Yeah.
We don't take care of it. Which they met.
So, what's the... It's ludicrous.
Well, that crying lump of cells, I can't take care of it.
Yeah.
That crying lump of cells...
Survive.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try. It's not worth my time.
Imagine... What is the point of being a doctor? What is the point of taking your Hippocratic oath?
Do no harm.
What is the point?
Yeah, I think that's pretty harmful what you did. They should be... Their licenses should be revoked, and they should never practice medicine in the United States ever again. Ever.
But here's the deal: the power structure, the hierarchy, the the NWO, the whatever you want to call it, they applaud this stuff.
If I was in that situation...
They applaud it.
If I was in that freaking situation, I don't know how I wouldn't be rampaging with a gun saying, save my child now.
Yeah.
I mean, that
what's that Samuel Jackson?
Saying that on the internet may not have been the wisest choice, but...
Yeah, that's all right.
This is my child.
We're going to get demonetized anyway,
You do whatever you can to save that thing.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't, if it just
well, not
doesn't
that thing,
happen,
that person.
If it just doesn't happen, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
No, sorry.
My language is bad, but...
It's okay.
If it doesn't happen, we tried everything that we could.
Yeah. No fault.
There's no way in hell that we do nothing. We just say, nah, it's not going to survive. Not worth my time.
I mean, here's the deal. God gives us modern technology to do this, to save lives. That's what it is. He allows that knowledge for us to have, to save lives. You don't use it, like, dude, there's a special place in hell for you. No offense, there is. I pray to the high Lord that you come to know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. But, dude, that is terrible, man. That is terrible. And we're raged about all this other crap that has nothing to do with anything. And there's a life crying.
They've made babies worth nothing.
Yep. Coming at us from all angles.
Nothing.
Yep. They want you to kill yourself.
Human life is worth nothing.
Yep.
Babies born worth nothing.
I mean, it's documented at this point. I mean, we talked about it on this program. They don't really care about your kids. The educational system proves that. This is why I'm going to homeschool. I think you're homeschooling too, right? Yes. Yeah. This is why we're homeschooling. This is why my wife pushed our second baby at some hippie little birthing clinic. You know what I mean? Because little hippie, what are those, doulas or boulas or whatever those called? Those doulas would not let a baby die like that. Does that make sense? Like, this is why we're getting off the grid with this stuff. We're getting out of the system, right? Now we're using the internet. Yes, we're using electricity, blah, blah, blah.
But you know what? The internet is still I mean, yeah, YouTube and Google and all these places, Twitter, and they're censoring and stuff, but it's still open for you to make your own website.
Yep.
You know, to make your own platform. And you can make a way. Not having access to those platforms makes it more difficult. Thank God we still do.
Yep. For now.
Yeah.
For now.
I mean, we're not saying anything different from any of the people who've been censored, so it's only a matter of time before we're kicked off this and we're kicked off Patreon. Hopefully. I mean, what it takes to get kicked off is actually having an audience.
Yeah. So let's grow.
It's actually in our favor. When we get the audience, then we'll get the recognition. We'll get kicked off, but we'll already have the audience.
Yeah, and we'll already have content out there, so it's all good, man. Just don't say Gavin McGinnis, Alex Jones, Proud Boys. Who else has been kicked off? A lot of people, but yeah, tons.
Old Benjamin, etc. They don't care about our kids, and here's another prime example.
Another example.
They especially don't care about our boys.
Nope. Ooh.
11-year-old boy dressed in drag dances at gay bar, gets dollar bills thrown at him. Hooray! Enlightened society.
Virtue signal. Virtue signal. So here we go. We're celebrating a population that's like what, 3% of our population. And here's it. Okay, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to take a different angle at this.
Okay.
I'm going to take a different shot at this. I'm going to take a different pot shot at this. Okay. Okay. So you want to be queer as folk. You want to do your thing. That's fine. Okay. You do your thing. It's America. You stay off my lawn. Let me cling to my guns and my Bible and my beliefs. You do your thing. Here's where I'm coming from, okay? I looked at stats literally this week about this, okay? All right. If I were to tell you that there was a certain lifestyle that you were 24 times more likely to kill yourself, would you think that there was a problem in that lifestyle?
It depends on the lifestyle.
Okay. Track with me here.
Might be that,
just track with me. If you're
external forces.
If you're a male in this particular lifestyle and it takes 20 years off of your life expectancy, would you care? As Christians, we care about life. Now, the world, they want guys to die. They want us to, they want us to fight their wars and die in those wars and die on the streets. They want us to die. I get it. So they don't care about guys. So 2 strikes. They just don't care. If you're a female in a particular lifestyle and it takes 10 years off of your life expectancy, would you care? They might care then, but depends on what type of female, right?
Yeah.
If you are 24 times more likely to be on antidepressants because of a particular lifestyle, would you celebrate that?
No, if we can prove that it's because of that lifestyle.
Well, here's the thing. So, just from statistics, if a particular lifestyle kills your life expectancy by 20 years if you're a male, 10 if you're a female, 24 times more likely to commit suicide, and 24 times more likely to be on antidepressants, why would we elevate this behavior?
Listen, I know what you're saying. I know where this is coming from.
Sure.
And it's pretty insert blank phobic. So
okay, but it's just facts. Unfortunately, my facts don't care about your feelings. In as much as okay, just here. You can call me whatever. I'm a racist. I'm a homophobic. I'm a misogynist. I'm a blah 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 blah. Transphobic. Blah blah blah. Okay, I'm all those things. But here's the thing: as a human, as a Christian, I care about people. I don't want people to want to kill themselves 24 times more than anybody else. I don't want men to die 20 years earlier than they need to. I don't want women to die 20 or 10 years earlier than they need to. I don't want people to be depressed all the time or 24 times more likely to be on an antidepressant and live life. That's no way to live. So if you're wondering why we at Plausible Foolish just don't elevate this culture to a high status and appraise and applaud this crap, this is why. We just care about people. We're just consistent across the board. We do care about kids. We care about lives. We don't want people to die. We're not advocating for that. We're not advocating for the genocide of African Americans, which is happening every day when 51% of 51% of our people are getting killed by abortion clinics every single day since 1976. Look that up. It is depressing to me that transgenders 40% of them will commit suicide. That is depressing to me. It is scary to me that homosexuals that go into that lifestyle are 24 times more likely to commit suicide, or 24 more times likely to be on antidepressants, die 20 years earlier, die 10 years earlier as a female. Yeah, that to me is horrific. It's horrific.
In this day and age, nothing is more accepted than the homosexual lifestyle.
No, yeah.
You cannot come to me and say that it's the abuse from society, because that's gone. That ship has sailed.
Dude, GLAAD just came at the Hollywood whatever, and their push is by 2020 to have 50% of movies, TV shows.
50%?
50% of movies and TV shows have a LGBTQ2, PT3, whatever person in every one of their shows, and have the plot lines majorly essentially focus around that sexual lifestyle. That's what they're pushing for.
But they're like 2% of our population.
They're 2 to 3% of our population. But here's the problem: if they're pushing this story on, they're trying to push this narrative on people.
There will be little to no resistance.
No, there won't.
Like I said, that ship has sailed. It's gone. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody is upset about it.
No.
And nobody is, I mean...
Here's the thing. I'm more sad. I'm just sad.
Yeah. And
I'm sad.
I'm not advocating for abuse either.
No.
I'm glad that they're not abused.
I love it.
I don't like that the lifestyle is elevated, because like we said, it's harmful.
Yeah.
But we're also, this is a free country.
Yeah, I mean,
you can do it if you want to.
Sure.
It's not going to be good for you.
The thing is like, here's the problem, and unfortunately, it goes back to the whole Earth thing. Like, the plane, the planet, whatever you want to call it, it was created for us. It was created for our good, for who we are. And unfortunately, biology, here's the thing, science, weird. Biologically, we're more fulfilled when we actually fill out our biology and do what we're supposed to do, or be quote unquote who we're supposed to be, if that makes sense. Now, there's varying differences between what a man is and what a woman is and blah blah blah. Now, there's not 75 genders, there's 2, sorry, unfortunately. But the reality is this: when you deviate from biologically what you're made to be like, sorry, there's a lack of fulfillment. There's a higher rate of depression. And it's not from the outside saying, oh, you're a bad person for being gay. No one's coming around and knocking out gay people or trying to hurt gay people anymore. That's not happening in America. We elevate you. Sorry. We elevate you to a level. But unfortunately, the math doesn't lie. 24 times more likely to commit suicide. 40% suicide rate in transgender. 24 times more likely to be on an antidepressant to make you normal or happy, which makes you more depressed and makes you want to kill yourself more. 20 years less of a life expectancy for men. 10 for women. I'm sorry, that's... If I said those stats about smoking, a lot of you would freak out. I mean, think about it. You're like, oh, you're stop smoking. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you how beautiful God is and how he made us and who he is. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, we all do it in all different ways. But at the end of the day, like, we're elevating. What is the story again? The kid, they're throwing dollar bills at a little kid in a gay bar?
Yeah, he's 11 years old.
11? His
name is Desmond Napoles, or Napoles, or...
What'd you want to do when you were 11 years old?
Play video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you even know, like, what you wanted to do with your life, what your kids' names were, and all that? Did you know anything?
No. I probably wanted to do something in comic books or something like that.
Did you think, man, I want to run down to the gay bar and get dollar bills thrown at me, dressed in drag?
Definitely not.
I mean, I guess to each his own. I guess everybody's different and so on and so forth. But who knows themselves at 11 years old? Hell, what 18-year-old knows who they are? I mean, think about this, man. And this is what we're pushing for. And parents are clearly not opposed to this.
No. This kid has been doing this since he was 6. When he was 6 years old, he was featured in a music video with drag queen and season 6 winner of RuPaul's Drag Race, Jinx Monsoon.
Oh my gosh.
As a 4th grader, the child was used to advance the LGBT agenda, giving a speech at New York City's Pride in 2017.
Oh my gosh.
Though Desmond told the Daily Beast, because the Daily Beast did an article about him, about RuPaul loves drag kid Desmond. You will too. Fiercely. In February of, I think, this year, or maybe it was last year.
Yeah.
And so he told the Daily Beast that the Napoles family takes no money from his drag endeavors. It appears the parents are jumping into for-profit territory, if they have not already.
Jeez.
Desmond's current projects are listed on DesmondIsAmazing.com, such as a clothing line exclusively for drag kids called House of Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
The boy is also working on a magazine called The Amaziest Magazine, targeted at LGBTQ youth, and preparing to launch a new video series on his YouTube channel called Let's Get Amazingly Real with Desmond is Amazing, under future projects. And he plans on launching a makeup line for drag kids. And he was in the name of the bar is called $3 Bill. And basically, this was on a Saturday night. So at nighttime, Saturday night, prime time club hours at a gay club. They've got a boy dancing on stage for money. 11-year-old boy.
Here's the thing. 2 thoughts I have on this, and I've got to just be done with this because I'm getting sad. So first story, I just, the guy's an idiot. Second story, I'm enraged by the fact we're killing kids. I'm just sad for this, man. I am so sad for this. And here's the thing, man. I can't imagine exploiting my kids for like this. 1, I can't imagine taking my kid to a club environment whatsoever. And it's not because I'm an amazing person. I'm the chief among sinners. I am not a good dude whatsoever. But here's the thing. That cannot be... I am very curious to see where that kid's going to be 20 years from now. I just really am. I would really like to see where he is. I am praying that he accepts the Lord as his, Lord Jesus as Savior and changes his life or whatever. But, dude, this kid doesn't know what the heck's going on in his life. He has no clue, man. And he's been exposed to this world that's going to lead him to be 24% more depressed and be on antidepressants.
It showers him
20 years.
With adulation.
Yep.
He gets all this fame because this culture is diseased and dying.
Yep. And here's the thing.
And so of course, all a child wants is attention.
Yep.
I mean, my kids, they eat it up.
Oh, your kids want attention?
Yeah, they want attention non-stop.
Well, they come like out and talk to you during a radio show and stuff like that too.
So, of course, he's going to respond to all the attention that he's getting for all of this just straight up wickedness.
And it's not always good attention, kiddos.
No, this is thrust. This world has been thrust upon him. It's sick. It's monstrous.
Yeah,
it's monstrous what's happened to this kid, and there's nothing good is gonna. I mean, just look at what happens to Disney stars.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Just look at what happens, and they're in relatively, at least in comparison, wholesome shows, but the fame destroys them. They become adults and just go. It just. Madness.
Miley Cyrus is normal. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, she's super normal.
Britney Spears is normal.
And what do you think this kid's life is going to be like?
Hey, man.
Oh my God, he's going to have. It's going to be hellish.
Yeah, and then here's the thing with the parents. Like at the end of the day, like what are you exposing your kid to? Because here's the thing, and this is not an indictment on everyone that's gay or homosexual or that's in this lifestyle. But here's the thing, like there are clear desires that men have. And you thrust this little guy in that world and stuff like that, guess what? Shocker, spoiler alert, there's some Kevin Spaceys out there. In fact, we were just talking about an article with a guy from Disney. He just got fired for, what was it?
For soliciting sex from a 13-year-old.
13. So this was
like a sting operation, but he knew that the person was 13 and went to go have sex with them.
Yeah, so if my kid is exposed on a floor in a sexual way, getting dollar bills for sexual content, how are you surprised when there's predators like that invade these cultures that take advantage of kids like this? I don't know. I'm a parent. I just wouldn't expose my kid to that. But, to each his own. It's America. But, like, you got to think about, like, what you're exposing your kids to and what you're putting yourself into. And, again, we're just some yokels from Florida. But at the end of the day, like, I'm just not about elevating my kids into a place where I know that they're going to be 24 times more likely to be suicidal and 24 times more depressed and lose years of their life statistically. And I know where your feelings are, but factually, to me, it's sad. I'm just sad about this whole story. I'm sad about the culture we've created. I'm sad that we've allowed perverts to invade stuff and solicit sex 13-year-olds and put 11-year-old kids in drag in gay bars and get dollar bills.
The guy works. The kids that he works with are the same age as this kid. He was,
yeah, man,
sick, and this happens all the time in the entertainment industry.
Yeah. Wait, you're saying there's pedophiles in Hollywood?
All over the place.
What? Kevin Spacey? What?
Yeah.
Roman Polanski? What?
Yeah.
What? There's predators there? What are you talking about, man? Oh, no way. No way. It's wholesome.
Dustin says he wanted to live in a comic book when he was 11.
Amen. I feel you on that, Dustin. I
still want to live in a comic book.
What comic book, though?
I think I would want to be a superhero.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Marvel.
I'd want to live in Dragon Ball Z. Now, there's the imminent threat of my planet always being destroyed, but I think, power levels are cool. You want to
be a Z warrior, right?
I'd want to be Piccolo, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I think Piccolo's is awesome. I don't know. I just think that...
I just wish he could, they need roll with the Saiyans.
They need to level his power up, man. Because the thing is he needs to go to Namek, absorb all the Namekians, blow up to another level, and just wreck some fools. But I diverge. Anyways, kids, they're attacking us on all sides, like Frieza did the Namekians. I mean, they're attacking us all, man. They want us to kill ourselves because it's better for humanity and better for the planet that God made for us. They want our babies to die. They're letting it happen in Columbus, Ohio. And they want our kids to, once they're born, just be pieces of meat up in a gay bar, getting dollar bills thrown at them. They want to expose them to that. It's coming from all angles. That's why the theme of episode 43, holy crap, 43 episodes.
Yeah.
That blows me away, man.
9 weeks till a year.
Thanks for all your support. That is, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Is that how long we've been doing this, man?
Almost.
Wow. This is fun, and it doesn't get old. I like it.
Yeah.
But my point is, they're coming at us from every single angle. And this is not Mark Levin rants. This is not me raging out like Sean Hannity over stupid things. It's not. I don't care about the Jim Comey investigation. You're never going to find Russian collusion. You will never find anything on Trump, and nothing will happen. You know how I know? Hillary broke every single conceivable law, and she's still not in jail. So I don't believe that anybody in the power structure is ever going to get in trouble. Sorry. But it doesn't dictate my life. You know what dictates my life? My freaking family, my kids, the people that I'm around. Real America with real people. With these pee-fools around here, we're just talking about it. And we're exposing how they're trying to kill you. They want you to die. They want you to be dumb, deaf, dead. They don't want you. They don't love you, and they don't care about you as much as they say they do. Beyonce doesn't care about you. Neither does Katy Perry. They want you to abort your kids if you're black. They want Margaret Sanger. Look this stuff up. They want you to let babies literally die in the heartland of America, of Ohio. They want your kids to dance in gay bars. They want this stuff. This is the America they want. And what's hilarious to me is no one's talking about this. No one's thinking about this. No one's talking about this. Just crazy conspiracy theorists and those right-wingers, those clingers to our Bibles, guns, and whatever. That's what amazing to me. And you know we're the bad guys.
You know why we cling to our Bibles?
Oh, what?
This is clearly satanic.
Oh, weird.
This is the destruction of innocence.
Weird.
You're
saying Satan's real, man?
This is 100%.
Oh, weird.
100% Satan is real.
Wake up. I mean, it just...
And it's not a symbolism from the Church of Satan. You know, it's not symbolic.
It's not red devils and a freaking horn, man. It's pure evil.
Don't get me wrong. This is human wickedness at play.
Yeah.
This is not, the little red demon on our shoulder telling us to do bad things and, fighting with the little angel on our other one.
Spoiler alert, you weren't born good.
Sorry. This is human wickedness at play, and we are responsible for our actions. But when humans are playing with wickedness, they're worshiping Satan.
Yeah, we're all evil. And we're both chief among sinners, especially me. I'm the worst and most rotten of all time. I've got the girliest little Christmas cup ever, and I'm holding it on the show. That is sinful, okay? At the end of the day, I'm the chief among sinners, okay? We're all evil. That's why I need Jesus. I'm pretty good,
so...
Hey, man.
I'm just kidding.
I need Jesus in my heart, in my life, every single day.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, man. It accelerates to another level when suicide... There's nothing in us that naturally wants us to be suicidal, man. That's programming. That's us envying other people or comparative living or whatever it is that are causing us to want to end ourselves, man. That's not of God. That's not coming from God. That's come from evil, wicked sin. And that it gets accelerated by demonic forces, man. When we let little kids die on the chests of women as they're crying, that is Satan. That is the power of Satan. You can't tell me that a single person there was not compelled in their soul to try to save those kids or save them. You know what I mean? But that policy is written up by some people, some bureaucrat who's in whatever, some other place in some Bilderberg office, making people kill. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. Kill people. I mean, it just is what it is. When you've got people that are applauding a kid in a gay bar dressed in drag, that's not...
On a Saturday night.
Yeah, man. Somebody's got to drive him there, and he's been doing it since he's 6. There's something twisted inside of that soul. There's something wrong there. When you got Disney actors going after 13-year-olds to have sex with, there's something wrong with the world. And it's deeper than sin. It's deeper than, whatever. And if you can't recognize it, that's cool, man. It's the blind leading the blind, man. It's pearls before swine. And here's the deal, man. Gary Vee says it best. Awareness is the number one thing that's missing in this world. Number one thing. Most people really think they're super smart. I don't pretend to be very smart. That's not the point of plausible foolishness. That's why that word foolishness is at the end there. Because there's going to be things that we say that are completely wrong. I do it every single week. I make weird symbols and, whatever. I do things that are not supposed to be right. He swinged on the show. Trust me, there's foolish things that we do. We're humans, we're flawed.
Use that against me forever, aren't you?
What are you talking about? Swing? But anyways, my point is... But my point is this, man. I'm sorry, I can't help it. But my point is this, man. At the end of the day, we don't have all the answers. To think that you do have all the answers and that, I got it all figured out. And if your conclusion lands you in a place where there's no God and there's nothing, I would really, really challenge that. I would challenge everything that you believe. I would challenge you to pick up that dusty Bible and read it through a few times. It tells you everything that's going to happen in your life. It really does. It shows you how you're going to live. It shows you a need for a God. It shows you a need for a Savior. It shows you a need for salvation from yourself and from this evil. Because unchecked, guess what? Evil like this is going to prevail. And the days of Noah, man, before Noah, these guys were sacrificing their kids. They were killing each other. They were doing all kinds of things. They were doing ruthless things.
Look up the worship of Moloch.
Oh, geez, yeah, I know.
Tell me that's not what's happening today.
It's the same thing as in the days of Noah, man. As in the days of Noah, Jesus forebode. He said this stuff's going to happen. And that's why I'm laughing, because, it's I don't know, maybe I'm the Joker in this. I just laugh because I just see it coming. But
no,
P-fools like
Joker tried to make it happen.
That's true. How would I just be a silent observer? I'd be Oracle then? No, I'm just kidding. But my point is this: comic book today. King Kai? No, sorry, the Dragon Ball Z. What? Goku! But anyways,
that was actually really good.
Yeah, dude. My wife, that's her favorite character on Dragon Ball Z is King Kai, like Goku. But anyways, at the end of the day, guys, like we joke around a lot. We have a lot of fun. But the reason we do the show is to bring awareness to you. Because here's the thing: as you're going through your day, not a lot of you are sitting around worried about the Jim Comey, blah blah blah. Like, no offense, I don't care about that stuff, man. At the end of the day, it's all politics, blah blah blah. What's really real is not politics. It's not sports. It's not even entertainment. It's not the comic book nerd stuff that we like. It's not even professional wrestling, even though I think professional wrestling is an analogy for life, the sport of kings. But
still real to us.
It's still real to me, dang it! It's still real. Did you see that video?
Yeah, you should.
It's still real, man. But there's a real God, and there's a real life, and it's going to come to an end. You better know where you're going on this. You don't die and just disappear, kids. The very soul that's in your being, the very life breath that you have, internally, the Lord, the Bible says you're without excuse. You know these things to be true. Seek those things, man, because that's the most important thing. That's more relevant than Trump. That's more relevant than Orange Man Bad. That's more relevant than Democrats, Republicans, Mother Teresa. It is what it is.
If there were no God, then everything that we talked about today
wouldn't matter.
Wouldn't matter at all.
Yep.
But we have the story of Christmas to show us that humanity has value. Because God himself came to be one of us.
Yep.
And now forever enshrined in the Trinity, in the Godhead, is a human being.
Yep.
God irrevocably changed himself to become one of us for eternity. Tell me that's not different from any other religion. Tell me that's not different, and I'll be like, listen. Well, there's never going to be any convincing you.
Yeah.
Because if you can't see that is drastically different than anything else. He became one of us.
Mm.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Yep.
That's why we have value.
Yep.
That's why those 2 babies being left to die is tragic.
Yep.
That's why what's happening to that poor boy, since he's 6, is
tragic.
Tragic. It's devastating. And that's why the idea of this world being a better place without humanity on it is ludicrous. What's even the point of the planet if humanity isn't on it? What's the point of it?
Great question. But hey, man, it's been a good one tonight, brother. Hey, man, thanks for rocking. We got a little intense today. We got foolish, we got intense, we got sad. You even heard King Kai make an appearance. It's been a good one, guys. Make sure you support us on YouTube. That's the #1 place we need you to go. Go to YouTube, subscribe, so you can make that noise, so we can make us kind of elevate this voice. Because here, listen, we're just a crazy voice in the desert screaming some sanity out there. It's plausible, it's foolish, but
I don't know about you, but I'm tired of eating locusts.
Hey, man, me too, brother. It's time, man. It's time to go kick some butt, man.
We're not John the Baptist. We're not even close.
We're not even close. We're not even close. We got the beards, though. Love you guys. Have a good week, man.
Yeah. Peace.
Bye.